Hello, Pax Christi. This weekend we begin our annual Stewardship Renewal. It's a time to give thanks for all the gifts that God has given us, and it's a time to give back from generous hearts. There's a story of a man who died and went to heaven. St. Peter brought him to the pearly gates and said, "Hey, let me show you your new home." He takes him down all kinds of boulevards lined with beautiful houses of every kind. The houses are huge with perfect lawns, swimming pools, beautiful architecture, and smiling people everywhere. The man is simply amazed. Then Peter leads him down a small side street and says, "Now let me show you where you'll live for eternity." The man sees a small one-room cabin, but it's kind of dilapidated. The paint is flaking off, the shutters are crooked, and the property is almost swampy. The man's confused. "Well, hey, wait a minute. Why do I have to live here if there are all those mansions just down the street?" And St. Peter turns around to the man and says, "Well, we did the best we could with the money you sent us." Speaking of property, I myself was once in property management. I worked at a hotel in Hershey, Pennsylvania in high school and college. I ran the front desk, did housekeeping, billing, and kept up the grounds. By the way, if you think I look too young for my current line of work, you should have seen me at 16 years old working the front office. The place was called Spinner's Inn, and during my time there, I was literally a steward. I was managing a property that was not my own. I was trusted with a responsibility. It was stewardship. When I started working there, I thought, okay, how do I do reservations, check in, check out? What do I have to do to earn my paycheck? How can I do better and better so that I might even get a raise someday? But after working at Spinner's for a while, I really began to enjoy my work. I liked the guests who came from literally all over the world. I began to ask, how can I help all our guests to absolutely love their stay with us? What can I do to go the extra mile? What will put a smile on this person's face today? It was at that moment that I realized that I wasn't working a job merely for the paycheck, but I was part of the hotel's mission. I wanted it to thrive and grow. It was a moment of conversion for me, a turning point in how I viewed the world of work. Our Christian stewardship is also a conversion. It's a turning point in living a new way of life. Grateful for all God's gifts to us, and generous in our desire to give back. All of us are blessed by God with gifts of time, talent, and treasure. We don't just give to the church, but we are the church. A church giving and investing in the kingdom of God as disciples on a mission. I want to say thank you to the Pax Christi community for your constant generosity to Jesus and his mission. Pax Christi is a stewardship parish. We are a community of stewards. It's in our DNA. It's how we live our baptismal consecration. Each year we carry our annual stewardship renewal for two reasons. The first reason we renew our stewardship together is to follow Jesus more closely. We do it to put our faith into action. We give what is important to us. We make a sacrifice. And in doing so, our relationship with Jesus becomes tangible, real, and concrete as we help others. It's an act of faith to give back to God. It's an act of faith to entrust our lives to God. It's an act of faith to live in the conviction that God cannot be outdone in generosity. The second reason we renew our stewardship together is to assist Pax Christi's ministries. The parish uses your pledges to plan for the upcoming year, allocating resources wisely and meeting needs both old and new. Your gifts, whether large or small, make a world of difference to so many. Your stewardship pledge passes on the Catholic faith to our children. Your pledge comforts the ill, the grieving, and the afflicted. Your pledge enlivens our beautiful liturgies. Your pledge transforms society through works of justice. And your pledge proclaims the good news of Jesus Christ to our local community and beyond. What am I asking you today? As we begin this year's annual stewardship renewal, I ask you as stewards to review, renew, and respond. First, spend some time prayerfully reviewing this past year. How have you and your household been blessed? How do you feel about how you have spent your time, used your money, and shared your talents? Then, after reviewing your year, renew your commitment of time, talent, and treasure. How does the Lord want you to spend your time this year? What kind of ministries does He want you to be part of? How is the Lord inviting you to increase or modify your financial contributions? Finally, after you review and renew, take the final step to respond. We want everyone to respond to our stewardship renewal this year, even if you aren't able to give at this time. Your response helps the parish in so many ways. When Jesus summoned His disciples, He asked for a response. Jesus' call was urgent. The kingdom of God is at hand, right here and right now. I invite you to make a response of stewardship today. God calls each of us to be generous with what we have right now. This coming year, what is God asking of you? Thank you, Pax Christi, for your generosity. Thank you for your faith. Thank you for your stewardship. Thank you for your love for Jesus Christ and His church. Thank you for living as disciples on a mission.